Ricky Fontaine from the Memphis 10, and I am on one yet again. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man, joining in on this little live, little live stream here. Wanted to get on and kind of talk about today's happenings. You know what I'm saying? It's been a very, 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 very busy day today. All right. Before I get into all of that and stuff, I appreciate again you guys rocking with me when it comes to dealing with me while I am trying to figure out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out stuff and get these videos and everything out to you or whatever. So before I get started, let me put up my socials and stuff like that, man. You guys can follow your boy on boy on that. All right, so let's go ahead and get down to why we are here, all right? Because the Memphis Grizzlies have traded Desmond Bain to the Orlando Magic, all right? Very, very good trade in my opinion, okay? We were able to get 4 first round picks in KCP and Cole Anthony off of Desmond Bain. Wish Desmond Bain nothing but the best. He did his thing while he was in Memphis. Wish him nothing but the best in Orlando. And those home and home games are going to be dope when we get a chance to see Dez again. So shout out to Desmond Bain. Appreciate your service to the Grizzlies. But so now, just to catch you guys up, I mean, you guys know what's up or whatever. I'm just taking y'all back through it and just trying to get my stuff together so I make sure I know what I'm talking about because I got my points and stuff down here. I'm gonna make sure I get everything. If I don't say it, it's probably not meant for me to be said, me to say anything. All right. So now all of a sudden, since we traded away Desmond Bain, now we have all kinds of media and everybody saying that the Grizzlies are about to blow it up because they traded Desmond Bain. No, that's not what's going to happen. Even it's funny to me that most people, if this was another team, right, and they had 3 young superstars, right, and they traded away one and got that much flexibility and that many picks and stuff that you can finagle into other kind of deals, that would excuse me, that would be a heck of a trade, and that they're doing things to better the team, right? Oh no, hell no. When the Grizzlies do stuff like that, they're trying to blow the team up and move it to Nashville or move it somewhere else. It's asinine on how people just jump from one end of the spectrum to another when it comes to the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a homer. That's my squad. That's where I'm from. But that's what it looks like, man. Nobody else talks about Memphis, but a few select people and stuff. You got people in different cities and stuff like that or whatever that rock with the Grizzlies and stuff. But most people that rock with Memphis are in the state of Tennessee and maybe those surrounding the tri-state area, Arkansas, Mississippi, and stuff like that. They mess with the Grizzlies. Everybody else don't have a pulse of the city, okay? All right. So that on top of that, it starts today. All right. Um, first take. First take came on today. I watch that every morning or whatever. I like talking sports and stuff like that. So that gets my day going in the morning, checking out Stephen A. Smith. I'm one of the guys in the world that don't hate him, that don't complain about him as a journalist and stuff like that. I fool with Stephen A. I'm not gonna call him out his name. I'm not gonna do all the other stuff that some other people and stuff on here on X and Instagram. They call him out his name and stuff like that. We're not gonna get into all that right now. I may do it down the back, when I get to my points and stuff like that. But whatever. So there was a part of the segment that was talking about um, trading Ja Morant. And if that would be a good idea, Stephen A. Kind of leaned toward the idea maybe you should, because you may get a good haul off of it to, get you some picks and stuff like that. And Marcus and Markeith Morris, shout out to the twins, man. They've been doing a great job on first take and stuff over the summer, and bringing another basketball players. Current basketball player aspect to the show and stuff like that. But Marcus said that you shouldn't trade Ja Morant, and I mean, we can talk about it for shits and giggles. Yes, you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? He's a talent and stuff that you can still continue to build around. Now, Ja Morant do need to change his game a little bit. All right, he's small. He's been injured and stuff, and availability. Is the thing that we question. We don't question his heart. We don't question if the boy got game, because John got game. All right, but he just got to stay healthy and change his game and stuff like that, and try not to dunk on everybody that he see and stuff. And that's hard to turn off when that's something that you've been doing or whatever. But I digress. You can't trade Ja Morant, especially in this city and stuff like that, because he brought up a point that, like, if you do trade him and you guys, there's no way that there's no understanding or reasoning that you guys can get back to the spot where you're in right now. During this season, the Grizzlies were number two in the West. After a bad season they had last year, they were number two in the West at a certain point, and then the wheels fell off, and Taylor Jenkins lost his job, which I kind of knew it was happening when they hired Islo um, last summer. When they hired him last summer, I already knew the writing was on the wall. If Tay didn't get it right, the dude was gonna slide right in. And that's pause. And uh that's what actually happened. Okay. So now we get to a point that nobody was expecting to hear when it came to this particular segment about trading job. And now it was just saying, it came across of a conversation that said that nobody wants to come and play in Memphis. Got it. I've heard that for years. I totally understand that. Players have to be traded there. Not a lot of free agents and stuff coming. Okay, we get that. Okay, I'm not a super duper Grizz fanatic where I don't listen to reasoning and listen to actually good good quality information and stuff like that. And some of these fans and stuff, y'all man, y'all need some help. But it came out and was said that, and I'll go ahead. You know what? Bump it. I want to make sure that I get this right. I'm going to put this transcript up. Okay. See, what I did was I took the snippet of this conversation between Stephen A. Smith right before they went to break. Stephen A. Smith, Marcus, Markeith. Well, Molly didn't say nothing, but this is what I got. I took the video and I put it in this website, and it took everything that was said and put it into a transcript. And then I kind of, add color and stuff like that just to make sure we're keeping up here. At that point, it was just like he was, ooh, I got to get this off my chest. Ooh, let me tell you. All right, bro, calm your ass down. All right, we already know where you were going with this. I'm a rant, okay? We got that. Cool. Yeah, that's one of my points. Stuff. Marcus Morris said he would like to play, and I would love to have Marcus Morris in a Grizzly uniform. So if you want, I don't know if you're done playing or not or whatever, but we can probably work that thing out. Stuff another tough guy and stuff in Beale Street Blue. That's what we need. Would love to have one of the Morris twins in Memphis and stuff. But he said he rocked with Memphis. All right, that scene that has gotten lost in all of the stuff that's going on right now. Okay, so I pulled that one out of there. Okay, let's get back to this transcript and stuff so we can get to the juicier part of why we're here. Anything out of this? Okay, this is exactly what Stephen A. Smith said, and then and we'll go ahead and finish up after. Now, a couple of things here. One, dude through dude actually now let's do this topic. We're gonna break it down from the top to the bottom. He actually gave Memphis compliments, people. Okay? He said it's a great city, a great sports town, and a great sports town. Let's go back. Okay, great sports town, great fans, and great people. And yes, that's what the city of Memphis is all about. Okay, that's what they're all about. Shannon Sharp didn't even do that back in the day when he was back in his Shannon and Skip days and stuff, where he said that Memphis was known for first 48 and barbecue, and that's it. I don't even think y'all got on him a little bit, but I don't think y'all got on him as much as y'all got on Stephen A. Smith. But he unk now. I digress. We owe how we forget though. All right. But the next thing that he said was, oh. I want to know one where Jimmy Butler is right now. That he like, damn, why he put my name in this? Why did my name have to come up? So Jimmy Butler had to say it because he didn't had all day to come out and say something about it, and he didn't. Maybe it just didn't hit his radar, and he don't give a fuck. Whatever. All right. Um, Maybe it didn't come on his radar, and he didn't want to fool with it and stuff like that. But out of all people in the league, he named Jimmy Butler. And the reason why he named Jimmy Butler because the Grizzlies were interested in moving for Jimmy Butler during the season before he switched up and went to Golden State, where he said he didn't want to go at first, but now he ended up going in there anyway, and they end up giving him an extension or whatever. But it would have been a good look for him to be in Memphis, but evidently, poor Jimmy Butler is scared to be in Memphis. Now, this is the same Jimmy Butler, man, that I done seen, man, that he ain't like a weak ass nigga. No, he not. Like, no. Uh, Jimmy Butler one of them ones that feel like he can throw hands and stuff like that on the court. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it now. If we acting like that on the court, and then when we get out the court, we ain't about that life. You doing a good job of perpetrating. Okay, so Jimmy Butler, who played in Chicago, and Chicago is just not the nicest of cities. And I'm not, and shout out to my Chicago people. I'm not getting on you guys and stuff. You guys know what's up with your city. You know that. You know what your city is known for and stuff like that when it comes to sports and stuff, and for violence and issues and stuff with your city. Every city has it. Every city has it. Okay, but for him to be one of the ones that sit here and said that, and this is allegedly come from Stephen A. Smith, allegedly said that people don't feel safe in Memphis. Somebody lying. Like you got to be lying about how hard you are, Jimmy. Pause. Or how tough you think you are. You got to be lying, bro. Because I would figure that you would fit back in. It's about the culture, man. I grew up in Memphis, dog. I grew up in Memphis. I left and went to Atlanta for about 6 years when I was about, from the age of like 7 to 13 ish, something like that. All right. But for the most part, I grew up in Memphis, worked in Memphis. Man, I was, I grew up in North Memphis, Hollywood, and Chelsea, man. Hung out in Binghamton, Johnson Circle. That's where I was. Went to East High School, graduated class of '99. All right. So I'm from Memphis. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Memphis. I had friends and basketball teammates and stuff killed in Memphis and stuff like that. I know about that. It's not a wild wild west like everybody thinks it is. Okay, it's not. But anyway, I digress because this is the part I'm getting to because in Steve. I've been on X all day. I do have stuff to do, and I have taken care of my dudes. That's why this video is late as hell. It is 9:54 out here on the West Coast, and almost midnight out there in my city, in Memphis, right? So I've been pretty busy and stuff, but I've been catching, I've been reading, I've been catching up and stuff. I've been seeing some of these Grizzlies super fans that said that what Stephen A. Smith said was disrespectful and down in the city of Memphis. Let me go back to this transcript right quick. Okay. What did he say that we already don't know, Memphis? My Memphis people. Whoever watched this video, whenever you're watching it, hopefully you're watching it live. But what did he say that we don't know already? Okay. Bro didn't even really go into the city just like how y'all. If he was disrespecting the city, he would be saying, "I'm not ever stepping foot in Memphis with these thug ass niggas and weak ass, this and that and all that other stuff." He would have been saying he would have been getting on Memphis ruthlessly. You guys are super sensitive when it comes to Memphis, man. Take it with a grain of salt. He didn't say anything. Hell, Shannon Sharp saying that Memphis is known for first 48 and barbecue was worse than what this guy just said. Here is the train. And so we can't sit here and take everything that he said out of go super overboard with what he said. We can't do that. Okay. So you guys have got to keep a cool booty, man. You guys killed poor Stephen A today. Y'all killed him, man. He went they went nuclear on this segment and I knew a crash out was coming when I watched it live out here. I was like, oh boy, these people are about to go in. They're about to go in. And surely they did. And so this has been going on all day, you know. people have been putting their 2 cents in, just like I'm doing right now. It's a free country. I have my own channel. I can do and say what I want to. I don't work for the Grizzlies anymore. I used to work for the Grizzlies, by the way. I worked for the Grizzlies for 13 years. There used to be a let's see if I can, yeah, somewhere up there, yeah, that one. Over this shoulder was my pit, my jersey and stuff that I got and stuff for being there over 10 years and stuff like that. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the Grizzlies. When I'm talking about things, I'm knowing what I'm talking about because I work there. Okay, um, he got he got murdered today, and so then guess what? Ja Morant came in and said some stuff about it, and I'm gonna try to find his stuff because he went and said, and I'm just want to read off of his post what he said, and it started off like this. It said, and I'm going to be in that 901. The source is him. So you can't sit here and you can't say, sources said and stuff like that. No, the source came from him. Another thing, pen right there. Sources, journalists have sources, okay? They're not going to give up their sources. Just because Stephen A doesn't give up his sources doesn't make the dude a liar, y'all. Stop the cap with that, all right? We tell us, put a name on it and stuff like. No, they're not going to do that because they have some kind of journalist integrity, okay? I'm not even a journalist, and I know that. Everybody's so quick to snitch and say, what do you got it for? Da, 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 da. If dude don't want to give up his sources, he don't want to give us sources. Y'all shut the hell up with that whining and stuff. Anyway, all right, sorry, I went off. Ja Morant. He said the next one, he was like talking about the Grizz more than the finals with these cap sources. Okay. Then said instead of focusing on the performances we've seen from J-Dub, Shea, TJ, Siakam, how this series is going, we say something negative about a city and team on a national level. Again, I'm going to disagree with Ja on that because, it's not really negative if he's telling the truth. He's telling Stephen A did not say anything wrong, y'all. Stop being homers and open your eyes about it. Everybody talks about the violence in the city of Memphis. I was there. I lived there. And Ninjas was crazy out there when I was there. Okay? Let's take the Grizzlies out of it for a moment, okay? If people, they have no Fortune 500 companies and stuff really there. They got AutoZone, they got FedEx, they got the Grizzlies and stuff there. And there may be some other ones and stuff, but Memphis has so much potential, okay? Nashville has lapped the Grizzlies. Nashville has lapped Memphis or whatever for whatever reason. But it all comes down to crime in the city. And Stephen A said they just need to tighten that up. Okay? That's all he said. Tighten it up. There's nothing that he said that was just completely asinine and angry and stuff that people went after this man and stuff like that. And you guys have your opinion to do whatever you want to and stuff, but keep it classy. Just because somebody don't agree with you about things and stuff like that, don't make them assholes. Don't hope them that they lose their job and that stuff bad happens to them and their family. All the kind of sideways shit that y'all be putting on this social media and stuff. Because I'm willing to bet that if it came down to it and one of you people saw him or saw any of these people that y'all be on there, letting hide behind your little keyboards and stuff like that, yeah, you wouldn't talk that same shit when you in person with them. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. So stop being a keyboard warrior and stuff like that, and just calm down. Calm down. You're not getting paid by the Grizzlies to go out and do what you do and threaten people and stuff like that. All right. So let's see. Oh yeah. He said that they have something negative to say about the city on national level. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, it was kind of random that the Grizzlies were being talked about. And guess what? More than likely, they're going to be talked about tomorrow on First Take, because Stephen A. Smith came back at Ja. Stephen A. Smith came back at Ja, and I'm going to look this up right quick so I can make sure that I read off everything that he has to say, because even with that, I think that he went overboard with with his response. And again, I rock with him. So I can check him and be like, bro, I have my opinion. I'm not finna go off on, say, call them names and all this other stuff because y'all don't agree with the man's take and agree with his show. That's still number one, and you guys are hating on it, but he's still got the number one ratings in the morning. With all these other shows and stuff out there, dude still got number one show, excuse me. But this is what it said, okay? So this is what we're doing now, Ja Morant. And he added Ja Morant. I recall talking about the finals, but the Memphis Grizzlies made news because of Bane getting traded. And your possible extension is coming up. Would you prefer I go into details about what the hell's been going on in the city of Memphis, why players have stated that they're not interested in going, or even more details? Or would you like for me to leave well enough alone and let the great peeps of Memphis address it on their own? Your call, I'm all ears. That's what he put out about 5 hours ago my time, maybe. 5 hours ago my time. So now this is going to be something that's going to be talked about again tomorrow, and I can't wait. I just can't wait to see this, because I'm going to have to talk about it again tomorrow more than likely, because now I don't see anything wrong with what Ja did. He's standing up for Memphis, man. I don't blame him. I would too. I mean, I stand up for it, and I'm not even in Memphis. I moved away from Memphis 3 years ago. I still love Memphis. I really do. I do. I got family there. I got some friends there. I still got a tie to it, and so I can see it from the outside in, and just kind of hold an unbiased taste about my life there, and now on the outside looking back and still seeing what's been going on and hearing from friends and stuff what's going on in the city. But it's been a very, very interesting day, and all of my points. Let me see. I might cover everything. Yeah. One more thing. Another thing about it is, like, everybody's talking about the city of Memphis and get off my city, and you have to come in. And yes, they have to come and they have to experience Memphis for themselves, because I've talked to people here, and people love, and I'm in Arizona, so people out there that visit Memphis and stuff, they love Memphis. A lot of people have an idea of what they think Memphis is going to be when they get there, and how they hear about it, and I gotta watch my back and all that other stuff, yada yada yada, and then when they get there, the city just embraces them, and they love the Southern hospitality. That's one thing I do miss about being in Memphis, because these people out here in Arizona are some of the most standoffish, bougie ass, non-talking people I've ever met in my life. I said some people, not all the people. These people out here don't speak to nobody. They seem like they scared. They think that they just like to mind their business or whatever. Let me just say that. They like to mind their business until they figure out if they want to talk to you. And then once they talk to you and stuff, everything is good. But the people out here is weird. I do miss Southern hospitality, okay? But people that go visit and stuff like that, yeah, we have Graceland. I've never really been to the Graceland. I know I've never been to Graceland. Graceland has been there my whole life, and I've never been because I've never had hey, I just want to go. No, hell no, I don't want to go see that. That's just not my cup of tea. But you guys do what you do, all right? But what else? What else is there to do in Memphis? You guys want to tell people to come visit the city and stuff like that. Sell me something else instead of barbecue. Maybe if the Grizzlies and stuff are playing, maybe if the Tigers and stuff playing, uh, what is that? Elvis, Graceland and stuff like that. What else do they have? Oh, they got Talk Off. Okay. Oh, they got main event. Okay. What else? What else do they have? And see, that's the problem. Okay, a lot of these companies that's going to bring attractions and bring stuff and stuff to Memphis and stuff are thinking the same thing when it comes to that city. You have got to get that crime and stuff together. Make it attractive for some of these businesses to bring their businesses and stuff and bring more jobs and stuff into the city. And it may not always just be Memphis, y'all. It's probably the state of Tennessee and stuff, and them not sending Memphis any money to do anything and just feeding everything to Nashville. I'm not into politics. Hell, I don't know if that even makes sense. But Nashville is being taken care of. Nashville is being taken care of. Nashville has grown leaps and bounds, and Memphis is still in the background, like the redheaded stepchild. There's no lie. There's no lie that was being told there. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. Memphis has so much potential. You're being on a waterway. You're right there on 78, where a lot of traffic and stuff come in from Atlanta, Alabama, all that other stuff. Come through Memphis and go straight into, Arkansas and stuff. Got trucks and stuff coming there galore, and we can't get businesses and stuff there and all of that other stuff to build the city. There's a common denominator in that, and that's the city of Memphis, the officials, and then the state of Tennessee. So while we sitting up here yelling and talking about Stephen A. Smith and stuff like that, I get it. I get it. Dude really haven't been to Memphis and stuff to understand it. And I don't think that he's a person that will probably come in and stay a long time in Memphis either. Because I kind of think he is kind of bougie a little bit. Um, he one of those big market. I love big market type of dudes and stuff like that. He be all about New York and Miami and L.A. and all that stuff. And I mean, he didn't even say, man, I'd rather be in L.A. than be in Oklahoma City or Indiana. I mean, that's disrespectful to them too, man, because the Oklahoma City and Indiana worked their butt off to get to where they are right now. And I think it's time out for all this big market and stuff now, because we're gonna start seeing a lot of these younger teams and stuff, man. That somebody's about to get their first championship in a while, at all, because Indiana hasn't won an NBA championship, a championship. In Oklahoma City haven't won one since they were the Supersonics, and somebody's about to get a chip, man, and that's great. I don't give a damn how small the market is. As long as it's good basketball, we should be good. And if I'm not mistaken, that's what we've been seeing in the NBA Finals, with OKC being up 3-2, looking to close it out Thursday. And I think they probably will close it out because Tyrese looked like he's hurt a little bit. And I'll come back to that in a minute, because y'all, you super basketball fans, y'all be killing me with the shit. Um, so let's see. Yeah, what are their attractions and stuff that's in Memphis? Okay, you've got to have something that brings people in order for people to know and love the city. Okay, guess what, guys? That the people that he probably talking about is probably, Jimmy Butler, CP3. I don't know if Steph probably say it's some of them other players and stuff that don't really know the city. They don't really know the city, and they don't care to do it because of their quote unquote upbringings and stuff like that. Do I think Kendrick Perkins and stuff would Perk will probably pull up in Memphis in a minute, and nobody would mess with him. I used to work there. Like I said, I used to work for the Grizzlies, and I'd be around the players and stuff sometime when I could, because they used to be tripping and shit, thinking that people was trying to get money from them niggas, or and all the other stuff, leverage and stuff, your own stuff, and get bigger than whatever. But them dudes were cool, man. Used to see them around the city. Wasn't nobody bothering them. Wasn't nobody doing anything. They didn't nobody mess with them, and nobody try to rob them and stuff like that, man. They treated them folks like royalty, man. They treated them like family. They treated them like family. So once people get to Memphis, you may not even thought about, man, I gotta go to Memphis or whatever. But shoot, I'm getting this money. I might as well make the best out of it. Once they get here, they love it. And a lot of people have commented and said there hasn't been an ex Grizzly other than Chandler Parsons funk ass who robbed the Grizzlies, knowing he had that Tales from the Crypt ass knee that was bothering him, and he ended up taking the money. But hell, Chris Wallace threw it at him or whatever. So I digress. Um, Other than him talking sideways out his mouth about the Grizzlies, there hasn't been anybody else that I've seen, that I've heard, that has been on record that has something bad to say about the Memphis Grizzlies. So I'm interested in hearing. Stephen A. Smith go into why these players say they're not interested in going, and I want to know what does he know that's been going on in Memphis since he just knows about the city. I want to know. I want to know. So I can't wait to see what they have to say about that on First Take tomorrow, because I know if he came in about LeBron James, with LeBron James doing that fake ass setup about him confronting Stephen A. Smith and then looked at the camera in the end of it. Um, I know they're gonna probably say something about Ja Morant and stuff too. That may be a segment that we're gonna talk about that, and that's going to be some interesting stuff. And maybe I'll be on here tomorrow to talk a little bit before I go to a little water park and all that other stuff, man, because it's hot as hell out here. All right. Oh yeah, it didn't end because later on that night, Memphis's mayor got into this whole thing. Mayor Paul Young has joined the chat. First of all, this shit sound like Chat GPT or somebody else wrote that. Um, but I digress. Anyway, let's get back to. For a minute there, I was like, who the hell is Jimmy? But he's talking about Jimmy Butler, y'all. I forgot. I totally forgot about that. Jimmy Butler. Okay. Poor Jimmy Butler. Again, dude didn't ask for this. He did not ask. I cannot wait till he addresses this. This is crazy. Out of all the players that he said Jimmy Butler name. I've got to hear what Jimmy has to say about this. That's crazy. Man, if you don't get your man, if you don't get off of here with this Rocky Balboa Apollo Creed ass anyway. Okay, man, we need to cut on like rock theme music after that shit. Oh, look, I get it. You guys had the crime and stuff down is 20, since 2024, 2024. You get all that. But yeah, we're gonna need to see a little bit more of that, Doc. We're gonna need to see a little bit more of that. And also we gotta see what the hell y'all got going on down there in the mayor office too and stuff, all this money and stuff that y'all not using correctly and putting it into place to kind of help with the crime being down too and stuff too. But you say it's changing? We'll see if it's changing. We gonna see if it's changing. 'Cause from way out here, I still call cap. I call cap. Um, but anyway, shout out for the mayor getting involved in this. That's crazy. He didn't have to put his 2 cents in, or had somebody else put his 2 cents in, and he just put his name on it. So yeah, that's what happened today, man. It's been a crazy, crazy day, man. Shout out to all of the entitled Grizzly fans out there that's trying to find out where Stephen A is so they can put hands on him or whatever, all over a tweet that all over a comment that really wasn't all that bad. I've heard worse about the city of Memphis. I've heard worse. But everybody seems to not like Stephen A. Smith for whatever reason. We even got people on here. Doc Holliday, man, shout out to him. He does a good job there for Memphis on the TV station. But I swear he just lives his life to watch Stephen A. Smith and get on here and record video about Stephen A. Smith scratched his nose today. And let me tell you why this unprofessional. Like, bro, come on, calm down, bro. Like, let's go do something else. Continue to do stuff for Memphis and stuff. And leave Stephen A. Smith alone, bro. Like, just like stop. All right, stop. Um, but yeah, man, all these super duper Grizzly fans and stuff that's out here cussing people out instead of respecting people, opinions and stuff like that. It's one thing that I'm gonna do. I'm going to respect your opinion. I'm not gonna call you out your name. If I want to debate or go back and forth with you in the comments about stuff, that should be just a simple thing to do. It shouldn't be a thing where people are calling out people's names and threatening and stuff like that. Like you're showing that you're not even adult enough to have an adult conversation without getting pissed and then threatening people. All right, and that's what everybody is doing to Stephen A. Smith when it comes to these comments and stuff that he made. And again, I stand on it. I don't give a what nobody say. Dude didn't say anything one that we already know, and he didn't say anything that was bad. Like he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything that was bad. I wonder how many of the people in Memphis that went at Stephen A. Smith and stuff like that go at Paul Young for some of the decisions and stuff that's being made in that city right now. I wonder. I just want to know. Help me understand. Help me understand. I want to know. So it's been an interesting day. I finally got my little 2 cents, about today's stuff. And one last point, man, before I get out of here, I was talking about the NBA Finals, and OKC is up 3-2, and they're probably going to close it out Thursday. I had Thunder in 6 at the beginning. But anything can happen. It just depends on Tyrese Halliburton and that strained calf that he had, and people are trying to figure out how that's going to look, if he's going to play, and all of the other stuff and whatnot. So if he doesn't play, and if he's not aggressive enough, the Pacers will be sent home in 6 games. And now as I go across X, X has some of the most special people. That in the Grizzlies Facebook page group and stuff has some of the most unique individuals. I say that God has ever created. But why do people always seem to put an asterisk on people's championships? Now I'm not going to be holier than thou or whatever. I did kind of question the bubble one, but it's a championship, okay? It's a championship that was probably hard conditions and stuff to play in, and the Lakers got hot and they won one, okay? I respect it, okay? I changed my mind on it because guess what? If it was the Memphis Grizzlies, I would have took that shit and I wouldn't care. Give the Grizzlies have a ring. Hallelujah. We got a ring. I don't care about your asterisk. You can take your asterisk and shove it. Okay? I don't care. But people are going to already put... I saw a tweet that said that the Thunder had Ja missing. Who else? They said something... No, Denver was okay. Who else did they beat? Um, who else got hurt? Let's see. Dog, I forgot. I forgot the other thing. But anyway, there's all these asterisks about um, people being injured and stuff like that. Okay, and so the Thunder, who's been the best team all year, all year, got to have an asterisk by their championship because they went through a team that had people injured. Don't get me started now. And everybody was talking about Boston last year, that theirs was fake and stuff like that. But I promise you, if you put your team in place of these so-called helped asterisk champions and stuff like that, you wouldn't even be complaining. But because it ain't your team, now all of a sudden you question their ability to win the championship. Shut the hell up, bro. Just shut up. Shut up. Shut the hell up. All right. Um, Stop all that damn whining. All right. Your team will get a chance one day. Stop whining. Um, but yeah, all those super fans and stuff that feel like they know everything and stuff like that, I'll be praying for you guys. But hey, it's your opinion, and I gotta respect that. One thing Doc Holliday does do is that when you say your opinion, he say he respects it. He types it. Thank you for your opinion. I respect it, or whatever. He types that out, but he probably be cussing our ass out on the other side while he doing it. But again, we have to learn how to respect people's opinions. And just because it's not your opinion, just because it's not your opinion, that don't mean that you got to wish the death sentence on somebody because they don't agree with your ass. Stop it. Keep a cool booty. Calm your ass down. It's not that It's not that. It's not that serious. Okay. It's not that serious. I guess that's it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I've been on here for a while. I'm gonna chop this stuff up and break it up into different things, stuff that I can put out here on social, man, so y'all can see your boy and hear your boy, and maybe tune in for another episode of Ricky Fontaine on. Don't forget, these are my social. Without further ado, I'm Ricky Fontaine. This has been Ricky Fontaine on, and I'm out.